We'll just chat for a little bit.
All right.
Hello. Oh, hi, everybody. Welcome. As you can see, we have the lovely Kelly.
Hello, everyone.
On my screen, I'm pointing to you, so hopefully I was pointing in the right direction.
Yeah.
Kelly from, well, I'll let you introduce yourself, but let's wait a couple seconds because we have people coming in. Hi, everyone. I'm glad you're here.
Sorry, I have my computer over here to if I want to read the chat, but then I'm looking at you over here.
Gotcha. I'll put some stuff up on the screen as well. Hey, Becca. Hi, Kim. Hi, Nikki. Hi, Stacy and Nicole and everybody who's here. Amy, Mother Goose Librarian is Amy. She just started her channel like 2 weeks ago, last week. Brand new.
Wow. Always fun to find new people.
Has been going back and forth about it. She does she's a librarian and loves picture books. So if you're looking for some kids' picture books, she will probably have recommendations for you. So hi, Amy. I'm glad you're here. And then I forget. Hi, everybody who's coming in. Hello.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, Gloria. Hi, Amy. Lovable Reader. I know you told me your name before, but I'm the worst and I forget. So can you tell me your first name again, if you don't mind? If you do, we'll just call you Lovable Reader. That works too. Hi, Nancy, and Crystal, and Maria, and Jeanette. Hello. 3 a.m. Amelia.
Oh my gosh. That's commitment right there.
Taking part in drunk karaoke.
Will you remember everything you read?
I love it. Amelia, that's hilarious. That's so funny. Carissa, thank you. Lovable Reader is Carissa. I should remember that because I'm Krista, and that's close. My mom calls me Carissa Joy. Carissa Joy all the time. And that's not my name, but now I'll remember. Hello. A work in progress. Girl, we all were a work in progress. When we first started, we were all a work in progress. We're all still a work in progress, even if we've been doing it for a long time.
Yeah.
I'm constantly doing new things.
I recently looked back at my first video because I had my 3-year anniversary.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't taken it down because I'm like, whatever, it's good to see the progression, but it is kind of embarrassing because back then I didn't know how to edit. So if I messed up, I just kept going. And so there's just so many mess ups or big, huge pauses where I'm picking up the books and moving them around. And I'm like, I'm surprised anybody watched that video.
I love it. Editing, it was definitely... I mean, I'm still super basic with my editing. I watch some people's editing and I'm like, oh, it's so good. Yeah. Like just adding in different things. And I just use iMovie because it's free with my computer. And so I'm pretty basic, but yeah. Okay,
I do too.
Yeah. This is Kelly. Kelly, why don't you introduce yourself and your channel? I did not put your channel in the description because when I made the description, I wasn't sure yet if you definitely could or not, but I will add it afterwards and we can link you in the comments and all that stuff at some point tonight. But yeah, go ahead, introduce yourself.
I'm Kelly from Cozy Reader Kelly. That's my channel. Also have Bookstagram under that name too, though I've been really bad about posting pictures lately. But yeah. That's me. I've been doing booktube for 3 years in May, or this past May, so a little over 3 years.
Nice.
I don't know if there's
outside of booktube, you're a mom of...
I'm a mom of 2 girls. I have a 6-year-old and a 3-year-old. She's almost 4, so yeah, basically 6 and 4. And I homeschool mainly the 6-year-old, but then a little bit. The 4-year-old gets a little alphabet number kind of stuff, but mostly the first grader.
Nice. Very cool. So the plan tonight, obviously, we're going to do some reading. What are you, Kelly, what are you going to be reading tonight?
Well, I'm going to have you guys help me decide on my audiobook, but physically, we're buddy reading, Krista and I, we're reading Ernest. Gosh, I can't get the camera. So mine has 5 different plays, but Ernest is the one we're reading Importance of Being Earnest. And then I also have, this is a sequel to it in a duology that I've been wanting to finish. So I have that one, but then I want you guys to help me decide on my audiobook. So I either because I have an audiobook going, but it's a scary one, so I can't read it now that it's dark.
I love it. I'm the same.
Yeah, so that's what, and I had scary books that I'm reading during the day, but yeah, I do my not scary books at night and then scary books during the day. So I want to start a thriller or mystery, and so I'm trying to decide between Big Little Lies or Still Life. And the Gamache. I know you're probably gonna say this one, aren't you?
Yes, both of them. I love both of those books. If you want more, I guess Still Life is it fall that one is set in? Not yet. I think it's summer. Because they kind of start at the beginning, they kind of go season by season. But it does have a little bit of creepy, I would say. Oh, they're so different, but I love Still Life.
This says Thanksgiving Sunday. The first line says it's Thanksgiving. So that's probably a good one to do in the fall.
Yeah, for sure.
And plus this is short. This is shorter than this one, but
but I think Big Little Lies is maybe a little longer, but it does read really quickly.
Yeah.
Because of the way that it's set up. And that's audio. I listened to both of those on audio. Oh man.
Were they both good?
I'm
gonna listen to both of them this month. So which one I pick up tonight? But it looks like in the comments almost everybody is saying Big Little Lies.
Yeah.
Well, then some people say Still Life. No, it goes back and forth. Oh gosh.
And it is Canadian Thanksgiving in October. So that works for tomorrow, I think, is Canadian Thanksgiving.
Okay. Well, I think Big Little Lies got more.
Big Little Lies did get more.
So I'll do Big Little Lies tonight, but I will be reading. I've got both audios from the library, so I'll read them both this month. But this one I actually probably should read anyways, because this is in my 21 books to read in 2021. So
there you go.
I really should.
I've never done that. I've never made a list of like 20 books for the year or whatever.
I wouldn't recommend it because I have
you don't want to read those ones, right?
Well, and I'm nowhere close. As soon as I assign myself a book, I don't want to read it anymore. And I think I've only read like 4.
Yeah.
Books.
Well, I think we'll talk a little bit about goals later, but the last 2 or 3 years I've done my goals the same way, and it's working for me so well. So I'm going to stick with it. But yeah, everybody's been sharing a little bit of what they are reading. So I saw Assassin's Quest and Yellow Wife. And what else are you guys reading tonight? I am also going to read a little bit of Importance of Being Earnest. I finished Act 1 earlier this afternoon, and so I'm going to start Act 2. I'm also going to read The Pursuit of God because the discussion for the first 5 chapters is tomorrow, and I've only read the first 2 chapters. So I have a ways to go in that one. But then I also started, I joined a group read on Instagram for 1,000 Splendid Suns. So I may pick this one up a little bit tonight, but I also kind of want to start Cress, which is for the Lunar Along this month. And then I don't know what I'm going to read tonight, basically. We'll see when we start each sprint, I'll be like, okay. And then I also have House at Riverton. So I have a lot of options. I haven't talked to the girls that I'm buddy reading this with. I haven't said that I'm starting that. So that's probably like lowest priority. But this buddy read started like today, but it's kind of casual. And this has to be read by tomorrow, and this is super short. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Well, and you don't have to worry about our buddy read. You can take your time if there's other things more pressing.
I mean, it's so short, it'll go by really quickly. What else have you been reading this month? Did you have a good one already this month that you finished, or like what have you been reading up until today?
I have only finished one thing. So I've started everything. And these are, I even showed you 3 things, and I still have 3 other things, but they're all scary.
Okay.
So I have like 6 things started.
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah. But I did finish, I don't know if you saw that as part of my homeschooling, we're doing like ancient civilizations. So I've been reading kind of about a book myself about the ancient civilization.
Cool.
We finished Mesopotamia recently. And so I read the new Rick Riordan Presents book, which is Mesopotamian mythology. It's called City of the Plague God. And it's really good, except for it's a plague.
I love that you're doing ancient civilizations with your 6-year-old.
Yeah. She's loving it. We're doing Egypt
cool.
right now.
Yeah.
she keeps asking, whenever I ask, because I kind of give her the option. I'm like, well, what do you want to do now? Do you want to start your, history, math, English? Like I give her the option of what to do in what order. And the first thing she always picks is history.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. That's good that she's having fun with it.
Yeah.
So let's see. We've seen Zori by Laird Hunt. I've never heard. Kim's reading Pursuit of God and Apples Never I can't say that. Apples Never Fall. Monet, sorry, you're reading a sad one. I mean, that can be okay too. Will Grayson, The Girls in the Garden.
Saw somebody said they were doing Sundown Motel, which I just finished a couple weeks ago. Who was that?
That is my
Mother Goose Librarian. Is that Amy? You said?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's my Patreon book club this month.
Mm-hmm.
Is Sundown Motel, so I'll be reading that later this month too. Strange the Dreamer, and then start the Ivies. That one, Finishing in the Woods. We Are Not Like Them. A lot of people are starting a book tonight. Well, the 1 Hour Girls is the sad one. Nancy Murray's reading The Diviners. Nice.
Some people are being courageous and reading scary things.
I'm not courageous.
I'm not after dark.
I'm like excited to pick up Sundown Motel, but I'm also still so nervous about it. But we'll see.
I wouldn't, because you were in my buddy read, right?
Yeah, we did Brooklyn Girls. Mm-hmm.
Well, and I might not be the opinion to go with, but I thought The Broken Girls was scarier.
Okay.
But I'm also not scared by the kind of stuff that was happening in Sundown Motel. Like, it seemed over the top. You know what I mean? Like,
cool.
When the scary stuff is like, really, like, I can't imagine that happening. I don't get scared. But if it's like, I can feel like the eyes watching me, then I get scared. And I think Broken Girls was scary to me. Oh, somebody said they liked my shirt. My pigeon shirt. It says, so many books, so little time. And it's the pigeon.
Mo Willems. I love that.
I love that.
We learned how to draw that pigeon during COVID.
Yeah, didn't he do
those art things? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So the plan tonight is obviously we're going to do reading. I have 2 things to open with you that have come in the mail, and I don't want to wait till the end of the month to haul them. Like, they'll be in my haul at the end of the month. Oh, there's a peek. It's peeking out of the package. So I'm going to open those after our first sprint. And then I found a tag that Kelly and I are going to do that's called what's it called? Book addiction tag. Because one of the things that I get asked all the time is, how do I read so much? Especially when I posted a September wrap up that included, I don't know, there were 16 books from the second half of the month, and I had read 6. So it was like a 22 book month for me, which is crazy, with one at DNF. So, we will do the book addiction tag, because Kelly also reads a lot, and she has a busier life because she's got kiddos at home running around her feet and all that stuff. So we will do that tag, but we're going to, at 7:45, I always start off with a 15-minute sprint to just get us going. So we'll do 45 to 00 in just a minute. And of course, if you guys have any questions for myself or Kelly, let us know, because we will answer them to the best of our abilities. Just randomly looking for us. Yeah, Amy.
Always join.
Come on in. You are always welcome to just join in reading sprint. So we do a bit of chatting, and then we'll do a sprint. And my sprints are usually 20 minutes, but I always start off with a 15-minute one just to kind of grease the wheel and get us going. But welcome. Glad you're here. The shirt. Oh, your shirt is from Out of Print.
Yeah, I get most of my bookish stuff from Out of Print.
Okay.
So if you're looking for bookish shirts, I like it. Well, look for their sales, because their full price is a bit pricey, but I know I usually get their shirts close to holidays, like at Christmas time. They'll have like a buy one, get one half off or something like that.
I'm a big fan of a sale.
Yeah.
Always a good fan of a sale. All right, let me put this up so I don't forget. I have not, I've looked at Out of Print, but I haven't bought from there. I bought like 1 or 2 bookish shirts from Amazon randomly, and then one random girl on Instagram that I found. Okay, I'm going to start with Pursuit of God, because I feel like the most need to get moving on this one. But we're going to go ahead and start a sprint. We'll see you back here in 15 minutes. Happy reading, y'all. All right. It is time. How did everybody do for that first little warm-up sprint? Oh, people are sharing where they get their shirts. Oh, Chantel did have some t-shirts for sale. Etsy. Yeah, there's so many good ones. Oh, bookshelf tees.
Yeah.
I only read a couple pages. This is nonfiction, like theological. It's not very flowy, right? So I think I read 9 pages.
Are you highlighting or just kind of going slow to absorb?
Oh yeah, no, I'm highlighting and writing in the columns, and mine has a lot of mine has really wide margins, so it gives me room to write things. It's as Amanda was saying to me, it's not as easy to read as Mere Christianity was. Like Mere Christianity flowed really well, and it was very easy to get caught up in the writing of it. This one is it's not super difficult, but I do have to attend very carefully to what I'm reading. So
yeah,
like think about it. How did everybody do? Amy's eating dinner. Carissa read 10 pages. Oh, homecoming. Oh, my cousin's kids went to homecoming tonight as well. Fun.
Yeah, it looks like everybody got a little bit. I did not read much. I think I got, I guess it was like 7 pages of the next act done, but I had to go get my pillow. I had to get adjusted.
Nice. I have like 3, I don't have very many regular pencils in my house, and I do not have a pencil sharpener. I thought I did. That's why I got up in the middle there. But I have one at church. So I'm just going to bring my pencils to church tomorrow. Sharpen my 3 little pencils that I have at home. Gloria, I meant to tell you that I tasted your honey, and it's very good from in the box that you sent me. It's just me, right? My brother's not going to eat the honey. I stuck my finger right in it to taste it. real ladylike there, but.
Isn't honey like antibacterial anyways? So even if somebody else ate it, it'd be fine.
Sure. Yeah. I know if you eat local honey, it's supposed to help you with local, like seasonal allergies for your area, right? If you eat local honey, it's supposed to help you.
Well, hopefully next year we'll have our own honey.
Nice.
As long as our bees make it through the winter.
Yeah, connect with Gloria because that's what her family does. They have honey from their bees, and it was really good. So okay, I want to open these real quick, and then we'll get into the first couple questions. So there was a day last week, 2 weeks ago. I don't know. I just went on a spree, and I ordered from 4 different places, and 2 of them have come in. So Lindsay, who you guys have seen in this chat before and who many of you probably follow, Lindsay's Little Library, she makes book sleeves, and I ordered 2 of her fall ones. So I got a medium size of this orange plaid, and then I got a large one of these feathers. Isn't that so pretty?
Those are pretty. Those are feathers?
Yeah. Or leaves.
They look like leaves, but I can't tell.
They're leaves. They're leaves. But I like this because it's not straight fall. Like I could use this other times of year. This one is definitely more fall, but I love this one too. And she's so cute. And it comes with, where did it go? A little bookmark. Lindsay's Little Library. And it says, don't worry, I'll hold your place. That's so cute. I love it. That was a fun surprise and a little note. So yay, Lindsay's Little Library. I will link her Etsy shop in the description after we're done because she just had some new fall prints. And let me tell you, I got a sneak peek of some of the Christmas prints and they are so cute. And then also real quick, Danny from Spinelli Speaks and Laura from, Stink. I don't remember Laura's channel off the top of my head. Maybe it's in here. I don't know, but they started a company, Double Booked Co. on Etsy, and I ordered a couple different things from them, and I haven't even looked at it yet, and so I don't really remember. But I got some bookmarks. Book Bubbler. Thank you, Amanda. Laura from the Book Bubbler, and all of you who are also commenting. If anyone else is able to go onto Etsy and get Lindsay's shop and like link it in the comments. Oh, cute. So I got this pack of minis. So it was a discounted price because it's like they're off cuts basically. So they made these little tiny ones and I love them. They're so cute. So there's like just floral with text on the back and little plants with a green stripy back. A little bookshelf with
cute
alphabet back. Gloria, look at that one. A bees, be kind, sweet as honey with just a yellow goldy kind of back. Zoo animals like jungly, cute with a green back. And then a fall trees with a plaid back. Those are adorable.
I actually kind of like the short one because I know that some books, I have like the normal size one, and every once in a while I get a book where the book itself is short, and so the bookmark is way out, and then it gets all bent. And
I just like having lots of, I like having lots of bookmarks. And then I got a big B one and a big fall, like sweater weather fall bookish, and it has a orangey brown red. I don't know what color that would be, like a dark rust. I don't know, with fall leaves. It's hard to get it in the right angle.
And that's from the Book Bubbler, or is that
this is Double Booked Co.
Double Booked Co.
Double Booked Co., which is Danny from Spinelli Speaks and Laura from the Book Bubbler. And a little note card, which I will not read to you guys, but this is the part that I've been wanting to open. The bookmarks are fun, but they do these mystery bags, and you can order, there's like 3 choices of what your book bag will say. I got the one that says one more chapter. And then it's a mystery book in there. And they asked me for my Goodreads so they can make sure it's something, and you can pick a genre. So of course I picked historical fiction. So I don't even know what it is. I'm so excited. Oh, and it comes with a bookmark too. Oh, fun. This is on my to read list. Last Train to London by Meg Waite Clayton. Fun. They did good. It's a World War II historical fiction. Has anybody read this one? And then a bookmark with a tassel. You can get tassels on them if you want to. Mm-hmm. So it comes with that. In the little mystery bag. I just thought that was so fun. I had to do it. Because it's, I don't know, just a little mystery. So yay. I will make sure to add those 2 shops, those 2 Etsy shops in the description whenever we're all done today. But before we go into our next sprint, Kelly and I together are going to answer, and you guys in the comments as well, because I always love getting your answers as well. We are going to do the book addiction tag that I found on my list of tags to do, because I don't do tags very often, but whenever people tag me or I see a tag that looks fun, I add it to that list, because maybe someday I'll do more tags.
Yeah.
Oh, Amy, you got the mystery bag too. Did you get a book that you were excited about, that you had heard of before? Tell us. I would love to know what book you got in your mystery bag. I thought that was just a fun, it's almost like a blind date with a book, sort of, because you don't know what you're getting, but you know they're going to look at what you already, like they wanted to make sure they didn't send me something I already owned or had read already or whatever. So
I like that, because I feel like some of those blind date ones, I would end up just getting one I've already read or own or whatever. And it's nice to have it more specialized.
Sure. I agree. Okay. So the first question is, what's the longest amount of time you can comfortably go without picking up a book?
Well, I don't know if it's necessarily comfortably, but I don't think I've gone a day without reading in years.
Yeah.
So
I think I could go a day, maybe 2 days. If I'm in the middle of binging a show, I could go a couple days. But even then, like I nanny kids, so I have time at work that I'm not watching a show at work, so I'll read. Yeah, I think maybe a day. I'll say 2 days, but it's very rare that I even go 2 days without reading.
It would have to be like if I was camping and like was actively hiking or something like that.
Yeah.
But like on my normal day, I read right before bed. So even if I was watching a show, I would go to bed and read a chapter before bed. So I don't think I've ever gone, or at least not anytime soon. I mean, maybe back when I used to do more like hiking, camping trips, maybe something like that.
Right. Everybody is like, maybe a day. But real quick, Amy got got a mystery called Street Dreams by Faye Kellerman. She'd never heard of it. Oh, fun. Cool. Yeah, a day. Maybe a day or two. 2 hours, Anne. 2 to 3 days. Yeah, that would be pushing it if I went 2 or 3 days. I would feel weird.
Yeah, it would have to be like something is going on, like a big thing is going, like, I don't know, big vacation type thing.
Yeah. Okay. How many books do you carry on your person, either physical or a device at any one time?
Well, this has changed a lot with digital books, hasn't it?
Right. So I guess just count your Kindle as like one, even though there's probably a gazillion on there, right? Like,
yeah.
Do you read on an e-reader often?
Yeah, so I do now because I actually just found out that I need bifocals. But I've been for like almost a year now. Like I probably only do one more session of a physical book for reading tonight, and then I'll switch to my ebook or audiobook because my eyes get really tired. Because I'm like squinting and moving things back and forth. And I just went to the eye doctor 2 days ago, and she's like, "You need bifocals." I'm like,
I'm putting that off. I just take my glasses off when I read now. Because I probably need bifocals too. So I take them off to read, but I need to put them back on to do anything other than read.
Well, I have such a astigmatism. I can't do like readers. Like I can't take my glasses off or put on readers or anything like that. Like I can't see anything without my glasses. Yeah. But now I need the progressive lenses so that I can actually see to read physical books. So I do read more digital now because of that. But like now, once I get my progressive lenses in a couple of weeks, I might actually get to go back to reading physical books more.
Nice.
So that'll be nice. But I would say I used to always carry a physical book. Like I used to buy my purses based on my like book size, and I would just have one that would fit a book. But now I don't take physical books with me places. I just take my phone, and I always have either my Kindle on there or I have like the library app.
Yeah, for audiobooks. So I always have my phone, which is like where I listen to audio. I have a Kindle, but it never gets used. And I always have at least one book in my bag when I go to work, usually two, because they're very different. Like right now I'm doing Pursuit of God, but I don't want to just sit for the whole hour and a half of nap time to read Pursuit of God. I want to read something fiction as well. So I usually have two and then whatever audiobook. So I guess 3 is my normal
I would say
number to have when I go to work. But like out and about today, when I was driving around, I didn't bring a physical book, but I did have my phone to listen to audio, except I just listened to podcasts today. So
well, and I always have like I try to get whatever physical book I read in ebook. Like so on my iPad, I have the same book that I'm reading.
Right.
So if I can, so that way I don't have to take a physical book. I can just continue. Yeah. I just have to remember where I'm at so I can like go back.
Yeah, sure. I love, and Rena always has extra in her car just as backups, just in case. I love that, Rena.
Well, if you go to like the shop, like to do your car, and then you realize it's going to be like an hour, so it's good to have a backup. Actually, this is funny. So like I said, I used to keep a physical book with me at all times, and I haven't had a job for 7 years because of like my kids, but the last job interview that I went on, I think I got hired because of that. So like I was in the interview and they asked me all the regular work related questions, and then one of the ladies was like, so do you like to read? What do you like to read? And I picked up my purse and I pulled out To Kill a Mockingbird and started talking about it.
Oh, that's so funny.
And afterwards she was like, that's what made me realize that we needed to hire you.
I love it. That's awesome. That's fantastic. All right, we'll do one more question and then we'll do another sprint at 20 after. Okay, do you keep every book that you buy or receive, or are you happy to pass them on to make space for more?
Well, I don't. I don't have space. My house is not huge, so I have basically one shelf on display, my TBR cart, and then I have a shelf in my closet because I just don't really have anywhere else. And I have the kids have a bookshelf. So if it's under 4 stars, I generally don't keep it.
Right. I'm the same. Most of my books, especially in this room, are TBR books. And most, if not all of them, are thrifted or library sales or little free libraries. And so the books that I read, I'm very quick to pass on read books. Even sometimes 4 or 5 stars if I don't think I would read it again. But I'm happy to pass them on. Not necessarily to make more space because I don't need to get more, but I don't want to necessarily keep them on my shelves. Yeah,
it's not like, for me especially, I forget sometimes. And so like if I leave a book on that like was a 3 or 2 star, I might forget that I didn't like it and I might end up reading it again. Like, I don't want to repeat books I didn't like.
Sure. I love, is it Lala, I think, that has every book she's ever read or has been trying to collect every book she's ever read. And that amazes me. Like, where on earth would I put them? And have all of these TBR books, because I just have so many books that I want to read. Yeah. I don't know. So we've got a mixture of responses. Yeah. Allison also would like to own a copy of every book because she's a dork. No, that's a legitimate thing. That's totally fine. There's different kinds of book collectors, right? Some people want to collect all the books they've read, and some want to collect all the books they want to read. Amy doesn't unhaul easily, but she's eager to loan them out. That's nice. Catherine donates them. Yeah, keeps most. There's a little mixture. I love it. You guys have mixed responses to this one.
And if I had a room, like my mom has a library room where she can put her books. If I had a room like that, I probably would keep more books, but we just don't have space. Like maybe when my kids like graduate in 15 years, I can have myself a library.
This is the first house where I've had a 3rd bedroom. So like, I feel like I can be my library. That's what it is. So I don't have guests often enough, especially in the last year and a half. I haven't had anybody coming, but I don't have guests often enough that I need to have a designated guest room. I would if Jordan weren't here, but since my brother lives with me, he's in the 2nd bedroom, and then this 3rd bedroom is the library. So if I ever move away from this little house, I don't know what I'll do with all these books, because I have most definitely expanded my book collection in the last 4 years, for sure, because I have the space for it. So it's just like,
it works out.
Yeah. But how can you help it when you go to library sales that are like fill a bag for $5 or 50 cents for paperbacks? Like, you just can't control yourself. Yeah. If I ever move, Rena, that is when a purge would have to happen, depending on where I was going, I suppose. But yeah, every once in a while I'm like, I should live overseas. And then I'm like, but what would I do with all my books?
Just put them in storage.
My goodness. Then you got to pay for the storage. Yeah. I don't know. All right. Well, we're going to do another sprint in 20. I think I'm going to switch and do Ernest this time around. So grab your books and we will answer some more questions and be back here in 20 minutes. Oh, it's time. I'm laughing out loud at this play. It's so funny.
It is.
It's so utterly ridiculous that it's cracking me up. Oh my word.
I love it. Like, I heard you laughing. I'm like, I wonder what she's laughing at. I finished Act 2, so.
I was laughing. Where was I laughing at? Well, Cecily and Algernon just met, and they're like in love already.
Of course, because
Right.
that's how it happens. Yeah, I was going to show you this. So I dug out my scrapbook from college, and here's my playbill.
So fun!
And that's me in the white as Cecily.
You were Cecily. How fun!
Yeah. So this guy next to me in the red, like dressing coat, that's Algernon, and then Gwendolyn, and then the far guy is Jack.
How cool!
That was my first play in college. I got to play Cecily. It was like so much fun.
That's awesome. It's so fun. It's so cute.
It's so I love his dialogue. He just writes the funniest way that people talk to each other.
And it's just so ridiculous that it's hilarious. Like, oh, we've been engaged since February. Well, what are you talking about? We just met an hour ago. You've written me 3 letters a week ever since. We broke up in October. I hope we're back together now. Oh, yeah, we're back together now. Yeah, very cute. It's super cute. Yeah, I definitely need to find out if the movie is streaming online anywhere so that I can read it.
Yeah,
I mean, watch it afterwards. Welcome to Latecomer. Hi, glad you're here. Kelly and I are actually both reading The Importance of Being Earnest for that last sprint. We're reading it together, literally together today. I'll probably read it for the beginning of the next sprint till I finish Act 2 as well, and then I'll switch. But yeah, the play centers around 2 girls that want to marry somebody named Ernest. What? Like, what is it about the name Ernest? That's funny.
It's so ridiculous. Like, I love it.
Yeah.
I read Lady Windermere's Fan, which is another play by him, and it was also hilarious and, you know, had some scandal and stuff like that. So I would suggest reading all of his plays. Like, I'm just gonna go and read all of them.
Tiffany, you're reading more Oscar Wilde. Yeah, definitely try to pick up The Important. It's so little, like you could knock it out really quickly. I found this one at a little free library this summer, so that was kind of a fun find.
I was seeing if it was on Amazon Prime Video, but it's only there for rent.
Oh, okay. That's not really that bad, though. What is it, $3.99 or something? I've done it.
Actually, it's showing that it's on sale, maybe. I don't know if they're doing a special, because this one's saying it crossed out the $3.99 and has $148. So I don't know if that's like a special sale.
I don't know.
$1.48 is pretty.
It's even better. That's like a red box.
I think I actually might own a DVD of The Importance of Being Earnest, but I have not looked at my DVDs in years.
I haven't either, and you know what? I wonder if I have it. It's sitting right next to me, so I grabbed my thing.
Yeah.
I used to love it.
Like, I don't even think we have our DVD player set up, like, since we moved here 2 years ago.
Yeah. Oh, man, now I want to watch some of these. I haven't seen these in so long. No, I don't think I have it anymore. I have like been slowly getting rid of DVDs because they're kind of like a thing of the past now, right?
It looks like Amy says it's streaming on Pluto, but I've never used that before.
Oh, I think I have Pluto. I think I tried it. I think I signed up for it during the Olympics because I was trying to figure out how to watch the Olympics. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hi, Chantel. Yeah, the play is really funny. And Amy, you did tell me before that the audio is full cast, and I know it's on Hoopla, but I just have started it in print, so I'm just going to read it in print because I don't remember the last time I've actually read a play in print, except in high school. So I'm enjoying reading it, but that would be a fun way to reread it. If I ever wanted to reread it, I would listen to the audio.
Mm-hmm.
get the full cast. Nice. Chantel, are you ready for Thanksgiving tomorrow? And Kim, and I think there's someone else Canadian here. Who else? I forget. There was someone else I think that was here from Canada. Big old Thanksgiving Day.
Tiffany was saying that they just introduced their daughter to The Princess Bride.
Oh, fun.
I can't wait till that time.
That is fun. I watched it. I used to do at my old church in Massachusetts. I had a group for 4th and 5th graders, and we had every spring a lock-in, basically like a sleepover. And I got permission from the parents to watch Princess Bride with the kids one year.
That's so fun.
It was a big hit. There's a couple moments in there that I knew I needed to get parental permission before that one. But all right, let's go back before we do. Okay, so there's 14 questions in this one. Okay. How long would you spend in a bookshop on a standard visit?
Well, I've only gone to like one bookshop in the last 2 years or whatever.
Right.
But I would say at least an hour, at least reserve an hour, but I would happily stay for longer.
I'm just saying goodbye to Amy. Thanks for stopping in. Every other weekend I do Sprint, so come on back. Yeah, it depends on the bookstore, because if it's a used bookstore, I will stay there much longer than if it's not a used bookstore, because I'm just not going to spend money.
Yeah, because if you're at Barnes & Noble, they're full price, right?
Right. So I might, 30 to 45 minutes, an hour, just to kind of look around. But if I'm in a used bookstore and the prices are really good, I could easily be there for longer. Yeah, an hour minimum. But yeah, What would you say?
The last one I went to was Half Price Books. I had a big unhaul, and I think I was in there for an hour and a half. And the only reason I left was because my husband and I had split up the day, so I had to be home in time for us to do our switch. Otherwise, I could have happily, because I only saw probably a third of the store in that amount of time.
Nicole, I have a huge bag to take to Second and Charles. A huge bag and a box. And I think I'm going to do it next weekend. And I could easily, because I wait until they go through everything, and that's easily a couple hours. Well, like an hour and a half or so, 2 hours. But on those trips, I try to use my to-read list on Goodreads instead of just perusing the shelves randomly, because it's such a huge store. So I go like through my to-read list on Goodreads and look for specific things, and that's fun. Because then I have store credit to use, so it's fun. Oh, fun. Yeah, library book sales, I can spend 30 to 45 to an hour, depending on how big the library book sale is. Easily can spend a long time. Fun.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to when our library starts doing them again, because they haven't done it since COVID, so.
Yeah, a month or so ago, my library had a pop-up sale just for friends of the library. I'm like, it pays to give them my $20 a year to be a friend of the library. Yeah. To be able to go to that, it was fun. All right, how much time per day do you actually spend reading?
Well, okay. Should I count homeschool? Because I read for hours of homeschool. But if I'm just talking about my pleasure reading, I probably do 1 to 2 hours of an audiobook, like when I'm doing chores or whatever, and then probably 1 to 2 hours of physical reading. So probably 3 to 4 hours a day. But then for homeschool, I mean, I probably read at least we probably do 2 hours throughout the day of different things where I'm reading picture books or a chapter of a chapter book or whatever.
Yeah. So it's like your job. That's like 6, you just said about 6 hours.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we read, I don't even want to count how many picture books we read.
Oh, yeah.
In a week for homeschool, because we do mostly reading. We do crafts and interactive, but we don't do online lectures or anything like that. Right. I read to her and we read chapter books and.
Yeah. Nice. I would say I'm probably like 2 to 3 hours on a low reading day. It's not usually less than that because that's what I do in the evenings right now.
Yeah.
I don't really have, well, like it depends on the day for sure. Because like Mondays and Tuesdays I have things in the evenings. But Wednesday, Thursday, Friday I come home from work and I have nothing. So I spend most of the evening. I usually have a show or something that I watch while I'm eating or making dinner. And if I'm doing chores or whatever, I'll listen to audiobooks. But yeah, usually 2 to 3 to 4.
Yeah.
It's a broad range, but yeah. And more on the weekends. It definitely depends on the day.
Yeah, my husband and I do date night. I mean, we don't go anywhere, but we do where we, because, other nights might be like we're each on our own screen or each, I'm reading and he's watching a video. So we have 2 designated nights a week. And usually we watch TV together, like watch something like we watch the Olympics together or we watch Great British Bake Off or whatever. But then every other night I pretty much just read.
Isn't there a new season? I need to start the new season of that.
That's what we did at date night this week. So we're caught up. It's a really good season. I'm really loving the people this year.
It's on Netflix, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they have three episodes so far.
Oh, they're doing it like Hulu and Disney now where they just release a couple at a time?
Yeah, they're doing it 1 a week. So we had started a little late. So we got 3 done this week. So now we'll just watch 1 a week.
Nice. I will probably wait till they're all there and binge it in a weekend.
It is nicer.
Problem. Oh my goodness.
We were done with Olympics. So we were like, we need something. And actually, we're not really fully done with Olympics because we still have our streaming service. But we got kind of tired of watching hours and hours of Olympics.
Yeah. I didn't actually get to watch much Olympics at all. I was so disappointed. But okay, where does the task picking up a book appear on your daily to-do list? Well, we just kind of talked about that, like always, like all day in between all the other things.
Yeah.
I would say that I'm mostly, so in the mornings, I usually, like while I'm getting ready, either watch BookTube or listen to an podcast. So in the mornings, I'm not really reading. During nap time, because I nanny, so during nap time, I usually try to read a little bit and then also get comments done or just different things during nap time. And then in the evening. So I'm mostly an evening reader right now. But that doesn't count all the audiobook time from like when I go in, like the little kid I watch is little. So now he's walking on his own. But if we do a stroller walk, I have one earbud in and I'm listening to an audiobook while we're walking. Or, so I do audiobooks off and on throughout the day, but usually my reading time at this point is evenings.
Yeah, I kind of am throughout the day because if we're not doing school, like if they're playing, if they're happily playing and they're not arguing and needing, because if they're just happily playing, they don't need me in there. So I'll like either read or I'll be doing the dishes and listening to an audiobook and listening for screams and stuff. So just throughout the day.
Yeah.
So
Amy says, just sitting in awe that Kelly's just said she hasn't had a job in 7 years, but she homeschools her 2 kiddos and manages her home. That's right. That's the most important job.
Yeah. I just met a job I have to interview for. I did not have to interview. Yeah. Well, actually, that's true. That's wrong. I did interview for this job because my kids are adopted. So
there you go.
There's actually quite a few interviews you have to go through.
That's funny. I love it.
I was just seeing what people were answering because a lot of people are saying 1 to 2, up to 4 hours a day.
And a lot of throughout the day, in the car, at lunch, at night, after dinner, before TV. We'll do one more question and then we'll start the next sprint at 9 o'clock for me. I said that one already. Yeah. How many books do you reckon? I love that. How many books do you reckon you own in total, including ebooks? Oh my word.
Oh, I actually looked this up. When you sent me the thing, I'm like, I have to look this up. I don't know. And I split my TBRs. I keep my middle grade as separate because technically if I don't read them, like they're for my kids someday. So I have 100 middle grade books, 200 of my books, and 30 Kindle books.
Good for you. I should have looked it up because I knew I was going to ask you a question too.
And those are average, like.
Yeah. I don't have, I have like on Goodreads, I can tell you my owned TBR number, but I don't have a number of books that I've read already because I don't keep them all. So like, I don't have somewhere a list of all of my owned books. Easily, I'm pushing 1,000.
Oh yeah, I didn't even count my owned books. I mean, my already read books.
Yeah, that's just TB. So what you said are TBR books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like I said, I don't keep a lot of books. So probably only
Right.
add, 50 more books to that, maybe.
Yeah. I have a lot just because like you say 50, but like I have the 7 Harry Potters. I have the 13 series of unfortunate events. I have 6 Jane Austen. You know what I mean? Like I have all these series that I've read or like groups of books that are not, I don't know. So let's see. I have 576 currently on my owned TBR fiction. Actually, that's lower than I thought it was. And 73 owned TBR nonfiction. So what is that? 600 and, I don't know, 749, something, 750.
That's total.
Owned books. I have no clue how many books are on my Kindle, but it's probably 20 or less because I don't like constantly put books on there.
Yeah.
And then I don't know if it'd be pushing 1,000. It might be close, but I don't think I have 300 read books in my house. So maybe like 850.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's not terrible, especially since you have a library. I'm just thinking like if you were to count all the kids, because like the middle grade are all chapter books. So I wouldn't even know how many board books and picture books.
Right. Yeah. That's true because you have a ton of those too.
Yeah. So we have a lot of books. I mean, when we moved, it's a lot of books to carry, like put in boxes and.
Yeah. It was like a game changer for me when I made an exclusive shelf on Goodreads so that I could track all my owned TBR because I had no clue up until then, like where I was at. And so like I've had unspoken goals of getting it underneath a certain number, but I'm like, it's okay. I'm not worried about it. If I ever needed to downsize, I could easily, not easily. It would not be easy, but yeah.
Yeah. I'm impressed. Some people said about 1,500 or 2,000. I'm impressed by that.
I love this. Thousands, plural. You own a little free library. Yeah, so there you go. You have to have books to keep it stocked, right? Your Kindle says 1,607. What?
Yeah.
That's a big...
I get stressed about my Kindle. I don't know why. I don't feel stressed about
what's on there. Yeah, bookshelves are like purses. Even when you get a bigger one, somehow it always fills up.
Yeah. I wonder how many my mom owns because she has a library room that has, I think, 7 bookshelves in it. But then also her living room has 2 floor-to-ceiling bookshelves. The guest room has a bookshelf in it. Her bedroom has a book. So I just would be very curious how many books my mom owns.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have 12 bookshelves in my house.
Yeah, you're probably
smaller. Like these are like smaller bookshelves. So some of them are big and then some are smaller. But yeah, I have 12 different bookshelves. Holy moly, that's too much. Whatever. Okay, grab your books. I think I'm gonna start with Ernest again, and then I'll probably go back to this one to keep try to get to the end of the chapter / act of those 2 before moving on to something else.
I'm gonna mute mine because I don't have my headphones, so I'm gonna listen to.
Okay. I need to change this timing here. We'll do 20 minutes again from 00 to 20. Grab your books, everybody. And we will, we have like 1 minute. Computer spare drive has 2,076.
Started too early, right?
I know. I got excited. Kim's Kindle says 3,311.
Wow.
Whoa, and a cart full and 3 bookcases. Oh man, you guys are making me feel better about my shelves.
It's all good.
It's all good. All right. We'll see you back here in 20 minutes. Happy reading, friends. I'm going to keep with this one. I should mute too so I could eat my crackers. Okay, friends. Time to come back.
Right.
Wait,
I have to get myself all adjusted.
Kim, you're one comment and then one comment later, 1 minute later. Did you just purchase 900 books in that 1 minute?
Maybe it wasn't updating. I don't.
Maybe that happens. Yeah. Too funny. Oh, that's cute. Top 5 of all time. Wow. I read it. It was cute, but I don't think it's my top 5 faves. Was somebody reading that? Is that why you talked about it?
Somebody mentioned it earlier, but I can't remember why.
Gotcha. Maybe somebody's reading it tonight. How did your sprint go?
Good. I got the first 2 chapters of, what's that called again? Big Little Lies. So I'm into the audiobook.
Okay, so when you're just sitting and listening to an audiobook, do you play a game on your phone? What do you do?
Tonight I'm coloring.
Nice.
Because I often will do a game, but I want to like try to transition away from doing too many games on my phone. So I thought coloring tonight would be a good option.
I play Happy Color, so I color on my phone.
That's what I usually do, color on my iPad.
Yeah.
I do pixel art.
Oh,
That's
sorry.
the app, the game. But I feel like I do it too much. So I need to do something that doesn't strain my eyes as much.
Yeah. Sorry, I just had to block a user. Doesn't happen very often.
Yeah, you don't usually get too many.
Oh, golly.
Well, somebody's saying they diamond paint. I bought a diamond paint thing and I haven't used it yet. I'm kind of afraid of the cats with it. So I wonder like if they would like knock all the diamonds.
Maybe. I have one that I bought from Book Outlet, Crystal Creations it's called. So it's a little different, but same idea, right?
Yeah, I guess I haven't started yet because I'm just like so nervous. Like,
yeah. I don't have cats, but I still feel like, what if I like bang it? Oh, this happened to me. I'm klutzy. So this is like the cups that I always use. They're just these plastic cups, and I have this water that has like the Mio or like, the squirter things in it.
Yeah.
And I have this little stand, which you can't see, where I have all those books right now, right here. And so usually I have this cup on this stand. Well, I don't do that anymore because, was it last week? I was reaching back to get something off of my shelf and my elbow hit the cup and it poured onto my bookshelves.
Oh gosh. Did you ruin anything or did you get it in time?
I ruined a handful of, my Diane Chamberlain books were down there. So you can't see it anymore. It's pretty much dried, but it has some water damage. It's not too bad. I got it really quickly. But what a hassle, and it took forever to clean up. And I just was so mad at myself because it was such a pointless, like it didn't need to happen. It was just a klutzy moment. I was so mad. Oh, but yeah. Anyways, let's go back. So we have the last one we did was number of books. I love this question. So number 8 says, how often do you bring up books in conversation?
Well, I guess it depends on who you're talking to, right?
I answer comments almost on the daily because I have too many to like. So I constantly talk about books in conversation there. I do talk about books with the 2 moms of my nanny families. And so that's almost daily. I mean, for sure daily.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't have a lot of people I interact with right now. Like my husband, I talk to him about my books, whether he wants to hear about it or not. So he hears about a lot of them. And then I talk to my best friend twice a week, and I probably only bring up books one of those conversations because she just doesn't read as she's reading Outlander, but she's been reading Outlander for like over like a year and a half now. So like she's just going one book to the other, but it takes her like a couple months to read one book. So it doesn't go very far when we talk because she's got the same thing. And then like there's a couple moms that we do play dates with, and I don't generally talk about books to them. At least I haven't.
Yeah.
So it just depends on who it is and if they are also a book reader. Like, because if they're not interested in books, I'm like, I don't want to like just.
Right. And my nanny moms, I don't talk to them every day about books, but they know I'm a reader, and so they ask me for recommendations all the time. But then I interact like that Rachel was saying. The only people she interacts with are book people nowadays.
Yeah. I mean, I've talked to you. Like if I was talking to you, I'm going to talk about books.
Absolutely, like all my booktube buddies.
Yeah.
That I talk to for buddy reads or different reasons, whatever. Yeah, always talking about books too.
I mean, like Tiffany and I have been talking every couple days about Poe and stuff like that. So
I love it. Yeah.
If there's people like you guys all talk to about books, but in real life, I mean, like my mom reads a lot, so we'll talk about books, but she has very different tastes. So like we don't talk about necessarily the same books, but we'll talk about what we're reading or whatever.
No, not to bring up books if they don't want to set me off.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I love it. Oh, all day today. And you and your sister-in-law spent all day to use bookstores. Fun. Oh, how fun. That sounds like a wonderful day.
I can't wait to go be able to spend hours at a bookstore again. It's hard with kids though. Like I'm not going to take them with me because then I can't really look. So.
Right. Yeah. What's the biggest book, page count wise, that you have finished reading?
Well, I looked on Goodreads, but I mean, that doesn't count. I've only been using Goodreads for 3 to 4 years.
Right.
But at least in that time period, the biggest book I have read is The Stand by Stephen King.
All of his books are massive.
Yeah. That one's like 1,100 pages. So yeah. And then my second one was also Stephen King. It was 11/22/63. So those are my top two.
Yeah. That is pretty big. I read that one last year, November, but I have read Les Mis twice, and that is most definitely the biggest book that I've ever read. I've read The Count of Monte Cristo as well, but I think Les Mis is even longer than The Count.
Yeah, it looks like other people are also saying
Stephen King.
War and Peace.
Yeah. Hey, Tia. I didn't know you were here. Hello.
Oh, War and Peace. That's a big one. I don't know if I want to read War and Peace. I don't know.
I don't know either. Carissa, Way of Kings. That Brandon Sanderson is also very verbose. He has long books.
Yeah, I think one of his was like my 5th biggest book.
The Wind is a chunker.
I still haven't finished The Count of Monte Cristo, but I plan on finishing it before the end of the year, so that'll be another big one.
Good. Yeah, that is big. Yep. Okay. This is an interesting question, and I don't know if I have an answer for it. Is there a book that you had to get your hands on against all odds? Like you searched in bookstores, you went online digging, you stalked the author, etc., etc.
I've never stalked
book that you went all out for. No stalking, please. No stalking in this world.
I would not stalk an author, but yeah, I don't know. I'm not too picky about specific like editions.
Yeah.
I think unless if it's a series and I really want them to match, I might look at like several different stores. But like if I can't find it, I'm not going to pay like $100 for it.
Right. Right. I think I'm getting close enough to the end of my Newbery list that it will have to come down to like going online and like checking on eBay and other. Mm-hmm. I don't like thrift books. I know a lot of people use thrift books, but I have not yet had a positive experience with thrift books. Like I just bought this from thrift books and it is definitely not the edition that I chose. And they say they're in excellent or good condition and they come and there's like rips and tears and folded corners. Like the condition has never matched up. But anyways, that's not the question. I would use thrift books to still look for, because that's my Newbery shelf, and I have like 10 left or something.
Ooh, you're almost there.
I know.
That's
Well,
exciting.
I just learned about Second Sale, which is another, the Roomies Digest just did a Second Sale video, and it's like an online used bookstore, super cheap. I think $3.85 was the price, and I found a handful more of my Newberries on there.
Oh, cool.
So we'll see. That's one of my packages that I did on my like book buying day a couple weeks ago. So I haven't opened it to see the quality, if it matches what I thought the quality would be, but maybe 9 left after today.
Yeah.
Ha! Melinda, you're so funny. I just heard about, Tiffany. Oops, I just moved on me. Yes,
Yeah.
I just did Second Sale for the first time.
Amy was mentioning Better World Books. I do think
Yes.
they do better of like linking the quality to the Sorry, what?
I haven't used I haven't shopped on Better World Books yet, so I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm. I still would not, like, on both Better World Books and thrift books, I will not get anything lower than very good, because what they call good, I mean, I just got one that was good for school and the binding was completely broken, and I wouldn't call that good.
No.
It's like when you open it, it's like coming apart.
And I'm like super picky. Even with all of my used books that I get, like I want them to look really good.
Yeah. I haven't, like, thrift books, it goes back and forth. I do use thrift books. And I just got some a couple weeks ago, and one of them, like, I have them over here. I just bought 2 of them that said very good. And I would say that this one, like, other than
the corners look all sharp still.
Yeah, like, so that one's good. But like this one was very good, and it has a huge sticker, and it has like a rip. Wait, I can't get the camera, but like there's I don't know if you can see it, but there's like a rip down here.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't call that very good. I would call that good. So like it's very varied what they call very good.
Yeah. So there's a couple people like looking for specific editions. And Carissa said if she starts reading a series in hardcover, the rest of the books have to be in hardcover.
Yeah, I do like my series to be the same. Like if it's hardcover, they all have to be hardcover. It's paperback, they should all be.
I don't care about that, I guess. I'm just looking at my middle grade shelf, and I have like Keeper of the Lost Cities. I have 2 hardcover and 3. Where's my one from last month? I have 3 paperback and 2 hardcover of that right now. The Chains Ashes Forge series from Lori House Anderson. I have 2 hardcover and a paperback in that one. Like, I guess I don't care too much.
Yeah, I don't know why. That's my one
nice
thing.
They can match, but I'm not going to go out of my way to like hunt down a specific edition. I can't think of a book that I would do that for at this point, other than Newbery books, because I'm so close to the end. But I'm not really searching too much for that yet, but when I get them, I get them. Let's see. Is there a book that you struggled to finish because you refused to DNF it?
Yeah, well, I do DNF, but like sometimes if I'm reading a book specifically for a video or as a buddy read, I've had some like that I've struggled. Like I was thinking about this, and I did a video for that book 8 Perfect Murders, where I read all of the 8 books.
Yeah.
And there were a couple of those that I would have DNF'd if I was just reading them normally. Right. So that's why it took me so long. It took me like months to finish that, because that was all because of like two of the books. I just was like going so slow through them. Yeah.
I don't DNF very often, because I feel like I've gotten so much better about picking the books that I want to read. Mm-hmm. So I don't often struggle through a book anymore. So I'm trying to think of, like, I guess in school, like back in college, I was an English major and I had to read a lot of books that were horrible. But then the one that I thought of doesn't really fit the question because I ended up DNFing it, but I was like 75 or 80% done with it. And I wanted a DNF way sooner, but it was The Secret History by Donna Tartt. It was awful. And I was buddy reading it. So I kept like pushing on. And I'm like, finally, I just told her, I'm like, I just can't with this book anymore. I am so done with it. So I DNF'd The Secret History.
So did I.
I DNF'd Donna Tartt. Like, I just don't have no interest. That's the only one that I had some interest in reading. But yeah, when I heard that the Goldfinch was even more boring, I was like, no. And it wasn't even that it was boring. It was slow and boring, but it also was the characters were horrid.
Yeah, I only made it, I think, 15% of the way in before I DNF'd. And that was actually for the 8 Perfect Murders project.
Oh, really?
And out of the 8, that was the only one I DNF'd. I cannot do it.
No. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, a lot of people have a hard time with DNFing. I just don't do it that often because I read what I like. We had some Evelyn Hugo. BookTube Prize. Oh, yes. The BookTube Prize books.
This is why I don't do that.
I only did it 1 year, last year, and I only did 2 rounds, and then I'm like, that's it. I'm done. I'm not reading any more books that I hate. But yeah, I had to read a bunch of books for that I did finish. Ew.
I've seen, like, I saw you doing the BookTube Prize and Tia, and both of you, like, struggling through, and I'm like, I will not do that. I don't care. I'm not going to judge any kind of prize because I want to be able to have the freedom to know better.
And I know better. Like, I know that I don't love very literary books. So I should have known better, but Manhattan Beach.
It just seems exciting that somebody, asked you to.
I know. I think I asked.
Oh, you asked?
I wasn't asked. I think I signed up or whatever. So I just wanted to try something different, and it was fine. It was a learning experience. Yeah, if it has domestic violence, I can understand that. Any kind of abuse. Yep. That makes 100% sense. One by Colson Whitehead. That's part of his backlist, right? Like before he became big.
Yeah, and I've heard that one is hard to get through. I've heard a lot of people say that.
You had to force yourself to read Journey to the Center of the Earth. Yikes. Yeah, life is too short. I 100% agree. Yeah. Ooh, interesting. The Night Circus is such a well-loved book. I love that spicy take. That's funny. Okay, here we go. We'll do one more, and then we'll do another sprint. We got quick. Oh, no, that's not a quick one. Have you ever had the privilege of converting someone into a reader by inspiration or your incessant nagging? I love that.
Well, I feel like I take credit for my husband because he, like, I would say in the first 8 years of our marriage, I never saw him read a book. And then I started watching Murphy Napier's channel and like fantasy, and he used to like some fantasy books. So I was like, I started recommending him books that Murphy recommended. And I was like, why don't you get an Audible account and listen? And now he's read like all of the like Brandon Sanderson books. And so he reads a lot, but he does only audiobook. He does not physically read anything.
Right. I don't think I have anybody that wasn't already a reader that became a reader. Well, all the kids I nanny. Yes. Mm-hmm. So I would say the family of 4 kids that I watched, the oldest, Davis. I probably shouldn't say names. Anyway, I won't say his last name, obviously, but he was not a reader at all. And over the 3 years that I was with him, by the end, he was not like an avid reader like his little sister was. I think she would have come into it on her own anyway, but we always would go to the library and find books. And yeah, he was much more of a reader than he was before I nanny for them. So, all right, it's 40. So let's go ahead into another sprint. And yeah, we'll probably do one more short one after this one. So we'll just have 2 sprints left.
This time is going so fast.
I know. Every time it goes by so fast. I started 1,000 Swans and Sons, but I don't think that's the mood that I'm in right now. So I think I am going to pick up Cress because I think I need light and fun. Or you know what? I might just finish Ernest. I might go back to Ernest because I'm just having so much fun reading this one.
All right.
We can chat about it after.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry. Got distracted by Instagram. That never happens. I don't know why.
I was trying to get my phone plugged in because it's dying, and I'm like, ah.
I finished Ernest.
You finished the whole thing?
Mm-hmm.
Oh no. Well, I will get to
The third act is very short. You said you finished act 2, right? Tonight?
Yeah.
The third act is super quick.
Yeah. I'll read it tomorrow when I can see better.
Totally fine. It's hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
And I had totally forgotten the ending, so that was really fun. It made me laugh out loud multiple times.
I look forward to reading it tomorrow. I think I remember how it ends. Like, I haven't been in the show. I mean, that was a long time ago. But I feel like I remember how it ends. So I look forward to it.
It's just ridiculous. The girls walk away and they're like, we're not going to talk to them. We're going to make them talk to us first. And then they're like, but blah, blah, blah. They start talking first anyway. There's like so many things that are just, it would be fun to read this and put, I'm not a tabber, but it would be fun to put a tab all the places that made me laugh out loud. That would be fun.
There'll be a lot of tabs, right?
Oh, there would be a lot of tabs. It was really funny. It was good. Like, I needed something light and fun tonight. It just fit the bill. So, yay.
Where Tiffany is reading Bleak House. That's a little different.
Totally different. I love it. Christy, what are you reading tonight? Welcome to the end. We're only on for like 30 minutes tops, but we will do one more sprint in there. But what are you reading? Kelly, did you keep going with Big Little Lies?
I did. So I made it another chapter or so. I'm on towards the end of chapter 4 or chapter 3. Yeah.
Nice.
Kept going. Yeah, I feel like it's just kind of like setting it up. So.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a long book for like a thriller mystery.
It is, but it kind of moves quickly through. Like, I don't feel like there was any slow parts. I feel like I was invested all the way through. So that's good. It was a long time ago that I read that one. Crime and Punishment, Christy. That is not a surprise. I like finding books that make me laugh out loud. Color Me Craft said Janet Ivanovich. I don't know how to say that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've read some of her books and they are funny.
I have not read any.
I used to because she has like a bounty hunter series, but she's like a bumbling bounty hunter. And that one I used to find really funny. But I just got, like I can't do long series after like so many books. I'm like, okay, I'm done with that.
Yeah. I want to start a list. I should have started this a long time ago because I don't remember books that make me laugh. Mm-hmm. But I'm going to start a notes on my phone for books that made me laugh. And then when I get a handful, I'll do a video. I just I don't remember them at the end. Like, oh yeah, that one made me laugh. I don't know. But this one made me laugh. Ernest. Such a funny name to be like.
Yeah, be obsessed.
Ernest. Oh golly. It fits their personalities too, very earnest. Oh, where did the questions go? Okay, we have 2 questions left. I skipped this one because it's about goals and we're almost done. But what are 3 or some of your main book goals for next year? Have you already started thinking about, we're only October, so we've got lots of time, but have you started thinking about goals for next year? Or we could talk about like what goals you have for this year and how they're going.
I don't know. I don't I have found, like I said earlier, I had my 21 books to read this year and I've hardly read them. And I think that when I give myself goals, for some reason, I don't.
Yeah.
do them. It's like giving myself homework and I'm like, I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. My goals this year, other than that list of books, was to read some more of my series and to read my books, like my own books. And like I've done that, but have I done that the majority? I've still read so many library books. I've still bought a bunch of books. So
yeah,
I don't know.
I think like my main goal is always to read from my shelves because I have an obnoxious amount of TBR books on my shelf. So I do like to give myself smaller goals. I just did an update video on my goals last week or 2 weeks ago because all of those goals fit the bigger goal of read from my shelves. Like I do get books from the library and I listen to audiobooks, but a lot of the audiobooks I listen to are actually ones that I also own, but I just listen to them. So I think I'm probably going to do something similar again. Like I chose 6 authors that I own multiple books of theirs that I hadn't yet read. I think I'm going to switch it up next year and include maybe an author or two where I've read one of their books, but I still have a couple more. I don't know. I haven't like nailed down what my goals are going to be for next year, but I want to share some of these. So let's see. Yeah, significantly reduce my owned books. Yeah, more mood reading. Christy wants to have less scheduled reading. No stress from BookTube. Yay, I'm on the no stress from BookTube train. I'm down with that one.
Yeah.
Quit buying so many books. That's not good.
Yeah.
I never make that a goal because I just know that I won't keep up with it.
Yeah, I didn't make it a goal, but like I kind of like in my mind was like, I'm gonna read my shelves and not buy. But I think there's just a comfort and like, oh, I'm gonna buy some books. Like it's like a present to myself, and yeah, I just don't think it's gonna stop completely. I could like lower the amount I buy, but
right. And here's the ideal, right? Stop buying books that you can get from the library.
Yeah. But, well, I do
never know when I'm going to get to it.
Yeah. I don't buy brand new books. All the 2021 books I read were from the library. So there's at least that.
Yeah. August was the first month I didn't read any nonfiction, but you finished it in September 1st. There you go. That works. So it's like the spirit of the goal was still accomplished. That's work. That's positive. Stop buying. Everyone, I think this is such a common, like, buy less, read more from your shelves. So that's a common goal that people have. Do you give yourself a number of books goal? Like, do you set a Goodreads reading challenge goal?
I mean, I think I just put a number in there that I know I'm going to get to because I don't want the stress of, I'm never going to like just read a bunch of small books at the end of the year just to accomplish it. Cause
yeah, I don't care about the number either. I like to have a number on Goodreads because I like the stats it gives you at the end of the year.
Yeah.
When you have a reading goal. I don't know if it gives you those stats if you don't. I don't know.
I have like gone way over this year. Like I have read way more books this year. I don't know if that's because like, just not having much of a social life this year or whatever. But I do think my goal next year might be actually to read less and do more other hobbies. Like I would like to bring back in some hobbies I had before I had the kids. Now that they're a little older.
Yeah. Yeah, same, Amy. That's what I just said too. I love this was they quit doing overdue fines. Nice. Mine started back up with fines. So one of them, I have multiple library cards. One of them auto renews for me. I went in to renew my books because I'm like, oh, these got to be due. And they had already been renewed. I'm like, oh, that's cool. And the other one I have fines up the wazoo because I always hold on to my.
Mine don't have fines, but if you have it for like, I think it's like a month after it's due, they will charge you for the whole book.
Oh, golly.
Like they'll send it to like a collection.
Yeah.
So like, but like they'll send you a notice before they send it to the collection agency. So like, then I'm like, oh, gotta take it back.
Oh, my
I only had that happen one time where I was like, oops.
My goodness. This was one of my goals, like one of my smaller goals underneath that big goal, because I have a ton. If you look at this shelf, where is it? There. Up at the top of it. Way up there. Those are all Book of the Month ones on top. Yes. Unread Book of the Month ones, because my read Book of the Month ones are out in the other room. Oh, I have so many. I love Book of the Month though. Fun. Okay, and the last question, and then we'll do one more sprint. We did good on timing of this all. The last question is, where did it go? Oh, describe what books mean to you in 5 words. Did you plan that one out? I did not.
I did.
Oh, you did. I love it.
Except for I was trying really hard to get them all to be E because almost all of them
Oh,
are
I
E.
love it. Yeah.
So for books for me are escape, entertainment, education, environment,
Oh.
like decorative
Yeah.
environment, and then my last one I couldn't find another E, so I thought because I was thinking comfort, but that's not E. So I had 4 E's and a C. Those are my 5 words.
Those were literally like comfort, escape, education, entertainment. I thought of those 4 words too. I didn't think of environment. That's a good one because it is like a big part of my house decor.
Yeah, because I like just having books around me. Like if I go to like a, like you go to a what I call Airbnb, and if they don't have any books, I'm like, oh, it just feels so sterile because there's no books.
I love these. Life, the universe, and everything. My escape to another world. My window to the world. Love it, you guys. So
gosh. A daily escape from reality. They're doing a much better job of making it like a sentence.
Like fun, yeah. Lovely, wonderful, entertaining, comfort, escapism. I love it. Joy, peace, relaxation. I love it. Oh, and comfort and entertainment. Very cool. You guys are awesome. All right, let's do one last sprint, and I'm going to make it wonky numbers just because I like to do that. And we're just going to do 15. So we'll go from 13 to that 28. 28.
Why not 28? Okay, so I have to pay attention then.
I always have a couple people are like, what? And it makes me laugh. Because then we have 2 minutes to like say goodbye and be done at 3 hours. Vicarious suffering. Christy.
So she must be reading a different kind of book than I'm reading.
It's crime and punishment. Oh my word. All right. Last 15-minute sprint before we end the evening. Oh man, what am I going to read? I'm going to Cress. I'm just reading a couple more of these. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm going to continue with Big Little Lies and read Ernest tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good. See you back here at 28. All right, friends.
All right.
How'd you go? How'd you do?
Good. Yeah.
Are you
Good,
into
just
it?
listening.
Are you into it?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm starting, like, I mean, there seems like it's one of those with a lot of characters, so it's going to take a little bit to really be absorbed, but
yeah, there are quite a few characters in that.
But interesting so far.
I just love, you've read the Lunar Chronicles, right?
Mm-hmm.
I just love it. They're so much fun.
I love, Chris is my favorite, so hopefully you enjoy that one.
It's a reread for me. I love them. And I think this one was my favorite too. I don't know. I love them all, but yeah, I love this one for sure. So it's just fun getting started with that.
Mm-hmm.
But thanks everybody for hanging out. Kelly, tell us again where we can find you.
You can find me at Cozy Reader Kelly on YouTube.
Nice. Thank you for hanging out with me, answering
thanks for inviting me.
bookish questions. I will link Kelly's channel in the description as soon as we're done here. Also, I will link Danny from Spinelli Speaks and Laura from the Book Bubbler, their double booked company where I got a whole bunch of bookmarks and a mystery book that they sent me. And I will link Lindsay's Little Libraries Etsy shop where she makes fabulous book sleeves that I just purchased some. And as always, you guys are awesome for coming to hang out and reading with me and chilling and chatting. Hopefully you guys got some good reading done. I know Amy was saying she was feeling slumpy, so hopefully this helped get out of some slumps. And we will be back. Well, not we. Kelly, thank you so much for joining me. I loved having you here. I will be back in 2 weeks as per usual. I can't believe it's been 9. We're in month 10 now, and I've done a live every other weekend of this year. And I've done a vlog on the other weekends of the whole year. I can't believe I've stuck with it for so long. It's kind of fun.
It's great. I love I'll be here. I'll just be in the comments.
That's right. You are here almost all the time. I love it. I love that you guys that you're here. So many of you are regular attenders. But yay, have a wonderful rest of your weekend, Kelly and everybody else. I hope you guys have a great Sunday tomorrow. And Kelly, first live, Kelly O'Black. First live. Yay. Glad that you joined in. Okay. I can get sucked into all the comments. There's so many.
Yeah.
You guys are awesome. I appreciate you as always for hanging out. And yeah, that's it. Bye.
Bye.